Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs with Valor. I'm out here with Aaron Hodges in Franklin County, Virginia. We're going to tell you how you can form your own militia. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, I know a lot of you watching this, I've gotten all the emails and I've gotten letters. A lot of you want to get involved and you want to be a part of a militia. You want to start it. Aaron's going to tell you how he got things started here, and that will hopefully be helpful for you so that you can start a movement the way that he is here. And I'll tell you guys, I saw hundreds of people here today, hundreds. We had people with all kinds of different backgrounds, people from all different beliefs. We had young and old. I mean, it was an amazing experience. But why don't you tell them how you got started with it and some tips maybe to help things get easier for them?
Okay, I will. Get a few good friends for one. That's step number one. For two, you gotta get mad enough. Build your courage up. If you don't have the courage to do it, borrow God's, borrow your friends, your families, your communities. But we decided to get together and no one was doing anything about it, so we started to do it about it. So we actually reached out to other individuals as well. We have gotten a lot of great advice. Go to not just your sheriff, but your board of supervisors, your representatives. If you can, even reach out to your state delegates. Ask them what they're going to do. Ask them their action plan. Do they have one? And if they don't, most likely they will not. You make one. They don't have to do it. You can do it. You are the militia. All you have to do is get together and organize it. But there's also other steps too that we've also refined on the way. You want ordinances, local rules that actually have some backbone to them to help you guys out. And I'm not talking about them coming out here and giving you money, but to back you, make sure that they will not stand in your way. And the sheriffs as well. I'll tell you what we are going to do right now, right after this. We're going to put together a list of kind of demands, what we want from them. We don't want funding. That's part of the issue now. We want to use what they already have. They have training ranges. They say they back us, we're going to put them to the test, make them actually back us. We're going to ask them, can we use your training ranges? If you have off-duty officers, are you going to stop them from joining us, helping us, training us? They can be at the ranges, help people qualify. People have different skill sets.
So Aaron, who was your first point of contact when you first decided to start the militia? How did you get local representation involved in the process?
We call the lowest level of representation, but it's the closest to us. It was our board of supervisors, like a county commission. If you can't get that, if you can't contact them, like I had trouble contacting mine, you can always call the sheriff's department. Get your sheriff, get your police commissioner, get their action plan. If they don't have one, make one. You are the militia and you make the plans, you make the rules, you're the safeguard for this.
How did you get the word out? How did you let people know what was going on? What was your action campaign for getting people to show up to the meeting, the initial muster? How did you get that happen?
Well, we kind of looked into past for a little bit of a lesson. In the 60s and 70s, a lot of these other militia groups that gave militias a bad name in the first place, they were operating in the dark. It was hard to get information. So we said, it's fine. Let's operate in the light. Let's put it out there. We put it on Facebook. That was number one. We drew it up, we talked about it. Not just Facebook. That did help us quite a bit, but we went to our local community. We went to our co-workers. We went to people that we just interact with every day, and we talk to them about it. And you'll be surprised how many people was like, yeah, man.
So I found a lot of people want to do something, they just don't know what to do. Like, they don't know how to do it. They're like, well, I would join something like that, or I would like to start something like that here. And you say go to the first point of contact, like would be your county commission, which would be your sheriff if you don't have that. What about for those people, maybe not everybody lives in a place like Franklin County, Virginia. I mean, this is a pretty rural area. There's a lot of cool people here. But what about somebody that may not have that representation, that may not have those leaders that may be on board? What would your advice for that be?
Get it started yourself. Once you have the people, once you have the support, they're going to pay attention and they will change their mind, or you'll change their office.
Well, Aaron, we had hundreds of people show up today, and a lot of people actually enlist in the militia. First of all, Why did you decide to do this? I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, to just decide we're gonna get the militia rolling again, which is what helps safeguard this country. But why did you decide to do it?
For my kids, to be honest with you, for my kids, my community, no one was doing anything about it. Everyone says they're looking at everybody. Who's going to do this? Is the sheriff going to do it? Is our politicians going to do it? No one did it, so we did it. We already came close to our country breaking down, so we were like, we're going to grab the reins and we're going to do this. It's a gray area. No one really knows how to do this. It hasn't been done for over 100 years.
Yeah.
And there's no true way to do it right. But if you go by the Constitution, what's inside of you, your heart, it's going to get you pretty far on the right path. And along the way, you're going to meet a lot of great people that is doing this too, and they're going to teach you, just like I'm going to teach them what went good, what went wrong, what we can work on. And we're going to spread it. We're going to spread it everywhere we can. Even the places that already have them, we're going to refine theirs. And then when we're done with Virginia, we're going to come to North Carolina, we're going to come to Tennessee, we're going to spread this whole thing. And then when we're done here, we can't let these people, these communists, realistically, go back and do this again.
I saw all kinds of stuff out there today. I saw some AKs, I saw some black powder, I saw some bolt guns, I saw some modern guns like some Tabors, I saw plenty of M4s, of course, AR-15s. And what was cool about it, we had like hundreds of people with all these guns, and like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, how is that possible? I thought like these things were horrible.
I don't know, that's the question that I'm still trying to answer. You got all these big black scary guns and people with body armor.
Well, in all offense, they weren't all, let's not stereotype. Some of them were brown, some of them were like spray painted green and stuff. We can't say they were all black.
That's right. That is right. Some were wood.
Some were wood. So. Yeah. But what was cool was the different types of people that were here. I mean, you had people that were very young, there with their parents. Then you had teenagers. You had younger guys in their teens, late teens, early 20s. You had guys in 30s, 40s. I even saw some guys in their 70s, maybe even 80s.
Yeah.
And so that was cool. Bringing me to the next point. What if somebody wants to be involved in the militia, but maybe they're not as physically able to do it as they used to be, or if they have an injury of some type? What can they do to help support?
There's always a different role. A lot of those individuals with injuries that are prior military, they have great experience. And you can always rely on that experience. They can teach, not to mention they can support. I'm not talking about throwing money at it. They can go out there and tell others what you're about. I don't want to be ageist, but elderly people, they have the huge network. Us young people, we barely know each other out of our phones. So they are actually a very valuable asset. They can spread the message. They can teach others what is actually going on. And they can actually teach you from experience from their life.
Is there any way people can find out more information about this? If people got a question about how to do this, is there any way that they may be able to contact you or somebody that you can put them in contact with to answer questions?
Yes. Franklin County, Virginia, Militia, yahoo.com, or Franklin County VA Militia at yahoo.com. VA is capital.
Okay, I'll put that link in the description box below, guys. You'll be able to get some questions answered if you need to. Well, I appreciate your time. It was awesome muster this morning. Huge turnout, good people out there, and what a fantastic thing. A guy had some initiative, saw something needed to be addressed, did something about it, didn't sit back, went out and made it happen, guys. So just some tips on how to form your militia. Guys, if you found the information in this video helpful, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Facebook, that link is down below. And if you want to learn how to be more proficient with your firearms, come out to Valor Ridge and we can help you with that. So Reid Henrichs with Valor Ridge reminding you, lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. We'll see you on the ridge.